Alright, ladies and gents, today we're looking at Thy Flesh Consumed, and after playing through the first 3 episodes on Hurt Me Plenty, it's time to bump the difficulty up to Ultraviolence. I've had a few people comment that I should play Doom 2 on Ultraviolence before jumping into Thy Flesh Consumed. Well, you guys were probably right, because I died a lot. But some people just need to learn the hard way. The first level, Hell Beneath, done by American McGee. There's no way that's a real name. It sounds like a cartoon character. But he built one hell of a map. Honestly, when I heard Doom was hard, this is the type of gameplay I was expecting. It's a small level, absolutely packed with monsters, and resources are pretty tight throughout the whole level. The hidden room filled with monsters that have access to a teleporter is back. I've got to say, it's actually used pretty tastefully. I'm not really sure how I feel about the monsters just being able to teleport around the map, though. The waves of shotgunners at the beginning really set the stage for not just the level, but the whole episode. Just a relentless onslaught. I found the rocket launcher right away in this pit of acid, or as Doom Wiki calls it, nukage. And it's a good thing I did, because there's a bunch of barons in this one. Pretty much anything you pick up triggers a trap, and waves of monsters start teleporting in. The first few times I was caught off guard, but I died so many times, it wasn't very long before I memorized the teleporter locations. After playing through the first 3 episodes, I've gotten used to the dance you have to do when using the shotgun. There's only a couple of secrets in this one. Hit this torch behind the red door, and it lets loose 4 barons. Whatever was in that secret was not worth it, especially with the limited resources in this level. Next up is Perfect Hatred, the first Romero level of the episode, and the start of this one is brutal. Stuck on top of a fairly small ledge with a shitload of imps and cacodemons to start. I tried to use the infighting as much as possible because I'm still pretty low on ammo. After shotgunning a bunch of cacodemons, it's down into the lake of fire to restock on shotgun ammo. The amount of plasma ammo here makes me think I missed a plasma gun in a secret somewhere. Right here I figured out why Thy Flesh Consumed is so difficult. It's not just the monster variety or placement that makes it tough, the maps themselves are designed to trap and kill you. And I'm sure someone will tell me there's another way out of this pit. I finally get my hands on this plasma gun. There's too many barons not to have this. 1 baron is sneaky, 4 is just cruel. For fuck's sakes. There's also a cyber demon at the end, and what a shit spot to put one. I lure the cacodemons out and deal with them first. Oh, this wasn't here before. Telefrag the big bitch and get the BFG at the same time. This is up there on my list of favorite levels, for sure. Into Sever the Wicked, a massive arena-style map with plenty of room to run and gun. Infinitely easier than the first 2 levels. It starts off at an intense pace, but once you clear out some of the monsters, it slows right down. I still hate the Lost Souls, though. And is that a fake wall? That's fucking greasy. This is the only secret I found in this one, and only because it was a monster closet. In the first 3 episodes, the secrets were pretty critical to gameplay. In this episode, though, I've already got the full arsenal, so hunting secrets is on the back burner. I was in this one for probably 25 minutes with the deaths and whatnot included, and I only found 1 of 22. I didn't even put it on the back burner, I took that shit right off the stove. Unruly Evil. Another one by McGee, and it's another good one. I found the Berserk pack right away, so it's time to punch some imps. I've had some people call me out for this not being my first playthrough, because I found too many secrets. But fuck, when this is the only torch that's green, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And a lot of the secrets in Doom are that obvious. By this point, I'm pretty accustomed to the level design. I just assume that everything I touch is going to open a monster closet, and usually I'm right. This is where the difficulty in this episode really drops off. It peaked in the first couple of levels, and it's on its way downhill from here on out. The first couple of levels I was starving for ammo, but now I've got nearly 80 rockets. There is a spot at the end here where the cacodemons seem to get stuck, which is actually kind of nice. Maybe unintentional, but nice. And I honestly thought this was a trap. They will repent. A nice fortress level with quite a few spots where you can use the environment to kill the monsters. I actually really like this one. I spent quite a while farting around in here. I even reloaded the start of the map just so I could replay it. There's nothing really more to say about it. Against the Wickedly, another Romero level, and the beginning reminded me a bit of Slough of Despair. Really choppy with all these different angles to cover. Thankfully it wasn't like that for long. This is the first level that gave me a lot of trouble. Not because of dying, but actual progression through the level. But also dying. I spent just shy of an hour total in this one. There was a lot to explore, and with the floor being lava, it took me a while to figure out how everything worked. I'm glad I found the plasma gun here because I was hurting for ammo. The specters in the tight doorways that keep you trapped on the lava was a dick move. I also learned that they have a vertical attack in this one. And this teleporter in the middle here really fucked with me. But once I figured it out, the whole level was enjoyable. There's a few barons that you have to fight in some tight quarters. I can get the drop on this one here, but it's a little too tight for my liking, especially not having a whole lot of plasma ammo. The last monster of the level is the Cyber Demon that you have to kill to get to the exit. And I saw an invincibility power up out here earlier that I hadn't grabbed. If I could make this fucking jump. For fuck's sakes. And even after I grabbed it, I still had a bitch of a time. And hell followed. The map itself is really nice. There's lots of elevation changes. I do wish they had fixed the movement on the stairs though. The whole sliding past where you want to stop is a pain in the ass. There's a shitload of traps in this one. Some of them are kind, like the one with the Cyber Demon. Behind the BFG, there's an invincibility power up, so you can just stand toe to toe. Probably the only acts of mercy in the episode. But then there's this one where the halls are so dark the only way you know where the imps are is when they throw a fireball at you. Even the muzzle flash doesn't light up the room. Another complaint I have is that the key doors weren't marked. It wasn't until I was going through the footage that I realized this was actually the blue door. This arena near the end where you can observe some infighting from above is just really nice. Unto the Cruel. The final level of the episode, and god damn, it's a good one. There's a shitload of shotgunners right off the bat, so there's a lot of out-angling them. That good old shotgun dance. There's this area with the hardcore parkour that I don't understand, but at least I was able to get the backpack. Not that I really needed it.
Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
There was a couple barons here where I acted like a pansy. Instead of fighting them in the lower halls, I just brought them up the lift, one at a time. Took them out the easy way. A baron behind each of the key doors just to remind you that this is the final level. And into the final area where there's 4 barons, a couple khaki demons, a handful of lost souls, and another spider demon. This would be so much more difficult if I wasn't pretty well stocked with ammo. And you finish out the level with full health and armor. So some final thoughts. I was warned that this was going to be difficult on Ultraviolence, and boy was it. But it was a good kind of difficult. There was a few more barons than I would have liked, but it just made things a little more interesting. A few people had made some comments that I should probably do Doom 2 on Ultraviolence before Thy Flesh Consumed, and you guys might be right. I will say though, I'm into Doom 2 now, and they're both difficult in their own way. Like I said earlier, the levels themselves are designed to kill you, and I actually really like that. I don't think there was a level that I didn't enjoy playing. Some were a little lackluster, but I think the worst level in Thy Flesh Consumed was better than all of Episode 3, with the exception of Pandemonium. Sure, some of them took a while to get into, but once I understood what I was supposed to be doing, they were all great. There was less continuity between levels in this episode. The end of a level didn't really flow into the start of the next one, but that was fine. If you want my honest opinion, I love this episode. Maybe even more than the original 3. I definitely want to revisit those in Ultraviolence now, but Doom 2 comes first. And I'm already into it, and it's gonna take a while. What in the fuck is Gibitude?